and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Kay, the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons show. Before I get into announcements, Nick, would you like to start off with player introductions?
Sure. Hi, I'm Nick. I play Easter Selberg, the human archfey patron warlock.
Hi, I'm Ethan. I play Zofdal Zephyrax. You can call them Zof. And they are a dragonborn graviturgy wizard.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Bonks, the bugbear barbarian.
And I'm Melissa, and I play Angelica Jacobson, who is a Fairbowl Druid.
We premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific. Tonight, we are concluding our adventure from the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, pew, 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 which means that next week we are going to be returning to our main campaign, and you will be seeing Ethan in this box instead of me, and I will be down there.
Yeah. Second one, yeah.
Down there. But don't worry, this isn't the last time you'll be seeing these characters. We plan to revisit Antiheroes in Exandria the next time we have a campaign break. The character portraits in the stat cards, which are over there.
Yep, or up here.
Over there. The character portraits are by me. Check the video description for links and information about our campaign and also for Black Lives Matter resources. Follow us on Twitter at Antiheroes Anon for news and updates. And last but not least, enjoy the show, share it with your friends, and come back and watch some more. Now let's get into a recap. 20 days ago, a group of misfits attended the funeral of an explorer named Ergon Wendt, who had returned from the wilds of Eiselcross with wondrous treasures and a terminal disease known as frigid woe. Several others in Ergon's hometown of Palebank Village were also infected, but may still be saved. Now the group has retraced Ergon's steps to an Aeorian ruin known as Saul's Vault in search of a cure. After exploring the old Aeorian disease lab and vanquishing the undead feral Saul, its chief researcher, they found the antidote they came for. Now they make haste to deliver it and save as many lives as they can. But once this mission is complete, what lies ahead for the misfits? We'll pick up tonight on the morning of your 3rd day of travel. After your party recovered from your encounter with the lost mage from Fallon Post and discussed Zof's mission. As you continue to make your way carefully across the din sheets, is there anything special you would like to do or talk about during your journey?
Getting pretty tired of rations.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that we're gonna run out.
Oh, no, we've got plenty. I really stocked up. So,
okay, great.
We're set. No worries. Even if I have to cover for a few of you, I've got plenty.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, I hate for after everything that we survived and made it throughout here for us to die to some silly little thing like starvation.
No, I think I started this journey with something like 30 rations, so we're good.
Yeah, I think you took a lot from Syrinlya, right? From the
and then I also bought a
tent.
bunch before we even left Palebank. So
have you
we're
been marking
covered.
those off?
I have for myself, but not for anyone else. So if anyone else needs me to cover them for a few days' rations, let me know and I can mark those off.
I've been marking mine off. I had quite a bit as well.
Even marking off all of mine, I have a total of 15 remaining. So if I need to...
I have 11 left, which is definitely enough to get us to Syrinlya at least. So yeah. We're in good shape.
Are we still several days or a couple days out of Syrinlya at this point?
We're like 4 or 5.
Yes, at the pace you're traveling, you're on day 3 of 7.
Okay.
So you have about 4 days left.
So in the following night, I guess I'll spend a little bit of time with these goggles that we got.
Okay.
See what they're about.
Yeah.
So
let me
How
link
fashionable
you
they
the
are,
audio
how
description.
magically fashionable they are.
how many rations did we say we used?
So you would have used 7 to get to Syrinlya, which I think we marked off already.
Okay.
And then you've used, this is your 3rd day, but it'll be
All right.
7 total on the way back. So.
Okay.
I am going to send you the link to the item.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that night, maybe as we're switching watches, I remember Angelica wanted to talk to Easter about stuff that Angelica saw that nobody else did.
Oh, that's right.
Cool.
Okay, so are we doing that now?
Yes.
Okay. So Angelica will go up and sit next to her and just kind of tap her on the shoulder and go,
Mhm.
Hi, Easter, you got a few minutes?
Yeah, is it my turn?
Well, before we change, I want to talk to you about what I saw back in the Souls Vault.
Box vault.
Oh, I guess later has come, huh?
Well, I've grown to trust you, and I trust your judgment, but I just would like to know your reasoning behind it.
All right, so here's the thing. You know that I'm working, or that I'm kind of indebted to the Traveler. I think I mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the actual job that he sent me on is to recover some of this stuff. I have to, in addition to the antidotes that we're supposed to deliver to people who are actually sick, I'm supposed to give the Traveler 1 vial of the antidote and 1 vial of the frigid woe.
Oh, wow. Were you expecting something like this to happen?
No, he put me in that town, and I had no idea why for 2 or 3 weeks. It wasn't until a lot of you showed up that he finally got around to telling me what I was doing here.
I guess it took a while for the sickness to take hold also, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
It took a while for you to show up, I think. I mean, all the stuff that we've done together, there's no way I could have done this by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think he
Yeah.
was waiting. He was waiting until I was set up with you folks.
I see. Okay.
But hey, now that you know, I want your help with something.
Okay.
I have a plan. And Easter is going to fish out 1 of the vials of sickness and 1 of the vials of antidote, and hand them to Angelica and say, "Be very careful with these. What I want you to do is go and bury these somewhere that's well landmarked, somewhere that you can find again. And don't tell me where."
I can do that.
Thanks.
Okay. So I think we put some other vials in a tinderbox, and I know that I have mine. I think we use Bonk's tinderbox. So
Yeah.
so I'll get out mine and pack them carefully in there.
Okay.
Okay. I can do that.
Great. See, I think I know why he wants them.
Well, I don't know much about this Traveler person, so I'm glad you understand.
I'm just glad that you trust me.
Okay.
All right. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Sorry, what?
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Also, Bonks, did you say you wanted to wait until the 4th night? to look at those goggles, or
No,
just that night? would
whenever
it
I
be
had
fine?
time, basically the soonest part. So this night is, I guess, when I would do it.
Okay, so yeah, as they're kind of all having this conversation, you're sitting there kind of with the goggles, looking at them, trying to figure them out. And you can tell the group what you've discovered that they can do.
Yep.
If you wish.
Sure. So are we all still awake, or is it like watch switching and stuff like that? People are sleeping.
You can tell us next morning, I
You
guess.
can
Yeah,
tell us,
I'd probably wait till the next morning. So.
Yep, that's fine. Can I have, so I guess it sounds like Easter, Angelica, and Bonks are on watch that night then. Can I have a
Sure.
perception check from each of you, please?
Sure.
Okay.
I think I was on second watch.
I'll be on last watch then, since you guys interacted.
I'll just be snoring.
Well, with these goggles, I got a...
I got a 22.
Dang.
Dang.
I'll trade you.
I know. I have a +6.
Wow, really?
Wow.
I got a 12.
9.
So it was a 22, a 12, and a 9?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so Angelica starts off the night and she's got her eyes peeled and she's really like, you know, the past couple nights have been a little bit weird. And it starts getting quiet and you're kind of reflecting on stuff that's been happening, and you can hear the wind just really howling. And you could swear someone's saying your name. But you look around
It's
and
like
there's
deja
no one.
vu.
There's no one here. You can just hear
Angelica Jacobson.
but you have no idea where it's coming from. You can't find a source anywhere. You wake up Easter and you have your little conversation and then you go to sleep. Kind of still a little bit weirded out by that. Easter, you know, I think you have a lot to think about after your conversation, and you are, you know, very quietly sitting there thinking about the traveler and thinking about what you've asked Angelica to do, and, you know, glad that she trusts you despite everything. Uneventful watch. You don't see anything. Just the wind is really strong and it's cold. Bonks, you're focused mostly on these goggles, and it takes you most of your watch to kind of figure them out. But you do, and you're very too excited about what you've discovered to pay attention to anything at all.
Sure.
Around
All right.
you.
Makes sense.
But thankfully, you make it through the night uneventfully.
I shouldn't do these watches anymore, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
I want
not
to clear
reliable.
one thing up about Easter's request is that she's going to ask Angelica to, when we get to Syrinlya, bury them somewhere near Syrinlya.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think when the morning comes, Bonks is so excited, and he is like standing next to the like tent or whatever, you know, makeshift, you know, bedding that we make, and then right when someone like shuffles, he's like, guys, I figured these things out. Wake up, come here, I want to show you. Come here.
What?
I'm a sleepy dragon.
No,
You ever
it's
heard
morning,
the
it's morning.
expression, don't poke a sleeping dragon?
It could be
Don't wake
worse.
up a sleepy dragon or something like
We
that.
could be attacked by a young Remoraz.
I'll remember that one.
I need a cup of tea before this much excitement.
All right,
Ooh, do you have some?
Let's do some tea
Yeah,
first.
tea would be great.
All right,
Can we
let's
get
just
some tea?
let's talk over tea.
Okay.
Wouldn't say no to
Sure.
some,
Angelica Jacobson tea.
yeah, or some bacon and eggs instead of rations. I wouldn't say no.
That's a good point. So yeah, I guess while we're having tea, Bonks will share what he discovered with these goggles. So how would you even word this, I guess? they make you see a lot better for certain things.
I already
I
see
was,
pretty good, Bonks.
Well, yeah, but I was like, using them, and I was like looking at like Zoph's staff and the stuff that you guys have, and it made it a lot more clear.
So what do
And
you mean? It improves one's ability to perceive the world around them?
yeah, kind of certain things, magic
Or it
items
makes you
maybe.
like 2200 or what?
And well, I don't know, but like also you can cast a spell with it. You can
Oh,
cast Identify using the goggles.
now that's interesting.
Yeah. So basically, they make you have advantage on Intelligence Arcana checks.
Mm-mm.
And he's like, and so Bonks is like, well, I'm not really much of a Arcana person, but maybe one of you two, gesturing at Zoph and Easter, maybe one of you two would benefit more from this.
I know a thing or two about the magics.
And they
I
look
just
great.
use them.
What'd you
Yeah,
say,
they're
Easter?
leather framed goggles, and they have purple crystal lenses, so they're very unique looking.
I'm not gonna lie. Just based off aesthetics, they're very Easter. Like, I can see you wearing these goggles. I mean, you carry around the pink little crystal, and
Yeah.
these have crystal rims.
They are pretty
or,
cute.
Gems.
Easter
in the
tries
eyes,
them on.
so
How do I look?
pretty great.
Fabulous.
Pretty great.
I definitely can't wear them better.
She does. She looks fantastic. They look like they were made for her.
Yes.
Roll for beauty with advantage.
In a very meta sense, Zoph has Arcana +6.
Yeah.
So they would benefit Zoph very well.
Yeah, Easter's Arcana is slightly lower than that, just because she doesn't key off intelligence as much as a wizard would.
Minus +0. So
so Bonks is the logical choice.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, they look very good on Easter. They've I feel like it's very within Easter's aesthetic. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take them if you don't want them.
Well, if you ever tire of them, then I'll take them. But as long as someone in our group is using them, I feel like that puts it to good use.
All right. Yeah, Easter will wear them.
yeah, the Identify cast is once per day.
What are these called?
They
Goggles of
are
object reading.
goggles of object reading. They require attunement.
Okay.
Hopefully you can add them to your equipment, but if not, I'll create a custom card.
Oh, I see them here. They're here.
Great. Okay.
I think when Bonk
so-
spoke everyone, he probably had the goggles on too.
well, you probably had to attune to them in order to see what they do.
Yeah.
So you were probably wearing
It's like
them around
wearing
and
them.
just
He's like,
looking
it's
at
really
all the
hard to
magic
see
stuff.
in the dark like this. That's why his perception is so low.
Probably, yeah. Let's be real.
Oh man.
All right. So if that's all you want to do for this morning, I'm going to go ahead and say that the next couple days pass pretty uneventfully. And it's not until you're on your 6th day of travel. Oops, that's the wrong color. There you go. That you come across something strange. Now you're out of the thin sheets at this point, which is a huge relief for you guys.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you. But it's like you're kind of going around, like there's more like mountainous territory and like kind of caves that look a little bit iffy. Signs of like who knows what kind of civilization or wildlife is out here. Giant, like just iced over rocks and all that kind of stuff, And just a second.
Oh, there she is.
Hey.
Hi, sweetie.
Just watching us all.
Should get a Tupperware lid. She likes to kiss them.
She likes to kiss Mickey too.
She looks very sleepy right now.
Yeah.
Good night,
Hi,
baby.
Claire.
Night,
What you
Claire.
didn't hear because I muted was when she comes into the room and sees me, when she hasn't seen me for a while, she just goes, ah! It's very cute. All right.
Cute.
All right. Let's go. Let's go.
So this is the weird thing we saw.
Yeah.
Yes. A random baby came in and went, "Ah!"
Whoa.
Ah!
What's that doing in the tin sheets? I'm very afraid.
Yeah.
It's so cute. She's so PC. Kay and I were sitting next to each other, and Kay called her over, and she was just looking between us back and forth, like she couldn't decide who to go to. So she put one hand on each of our knees.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
really cute.
Nice.
Cute.
True story. All right. Sorry. We can cut that part out of the episode. Right. So you come across
I'm
something.
not gonna lie, I will probably forget to do that.
That's fine.
You remind me. So
Or just cut everything else out.
just that's the episode.
leave
That's
that.
it.
Yeah.
All right. So you come across something strange in this kind of mountainous kind of area. And you think at first that it's just another like boulder, but as you get closer, you can tell that it's very much like oval and smooth in shape. 3 foot tall, like very, very light blue, white mottled egg.
What
Is
lays
it
eggs
is it an
that size?
Is it an ostrich-sized egg?
ostrich-sized egg?
You guys!
All right. I don't know.
Actually, I think ostriches are like 6 feet tall.
They're-
So
yeah,
it's
they're way
like half an
bigger.
ostrich.
Yeah.
but if an ostrich laid down on the ground, it would be about the right size.
Yeah.
Well, that's odd.
Well, weren't you just saying you wanted eggs and bacon for breakfast the other day?
I
Good
was,
point.
but this feels like it would feed a lot of us.
Mhm. I'm pretty hungry.
Do any of us know what sort of creature might lay an egg this big in the middle of?
I have no
Uh,
idea.
Anybody who wants to can make nature or arcana check.
I'll do nature check.
Yeah, I'll try nature. Or I'll help someone. I can help Angelica if you want. Because
Okay.
I don't have a bonus to either of those things.
I got
And
Arcana
to do my-
17.
Guidance. Okay, so he helped. So that is a 16.
All right. Well, none of you have ever seen anything like this before, pretty obviously.
Okay.
But with your knowledge of the Biting North region in general, you can guess that probably the only thing large enough to lay an egg this size would be a dragon.
So it's one of Zoph's brothers or sisters. Right, Easter?
That's not how this works.
No, it would be one of Zoph's ancestors.
If a dragon laid an egg this big, we should probably get out of here.
Zoph, did you come out of an egg like that?
Yes, but not this big.
Okay.
I mean, we could
Huh.
just... Yeah, we probably don't want to take it with us, do we?
I don't think we could carry anything this big.
It's only
Well, we've
Well,
got your
well, you
disc.
have that spell.
That's true. But I'd have to recast it every hour.
I could carry it.
But also, I feel like it's a lot of work to, raise a dragon, especially if it's, a chromatic one, and it's going to have to be taught to fight against its instincts.
Hmm.
What's the difference? Wait, what?
Oh, there's lots of different types of dragons. 2 broad categories. The chromatic ones, solid colors, red, blue, white, black, the like.
Yellow?
They, maybe. I've never heard of a yellow dragon. I don't know.
No, it depends, but like Easter's pointing at Zoph.
Oh, well, see, I'm a little bit more metallic. You see, they've got a sheen to them.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, this doesn't apply to Dragonborn, just dragons in general. But the solid colored ones tend to, they align with more self-interested natures, and then the the shiny ones tend to align with more benevolent natures.
Is this egg in like a nest, or is
Not
it
always,
like,
obviously, but sometimes, most of the time.
or is it
Easter
just
leans
like,
over to Angelica and is like, is he being dragon racist?
This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Point is, we should probably get out of here because dragons don't like people messing with their eggs.
what?
It kind of matches
Bonks.
my fur.
Bonks, you can make a perception or investigation check depending on how in-depth you want to, or how much time you want to spend actually looking around to see if there's a nest
All right.
nearby.
Well, I got a 16 on perception. If this like egg is actually being cared for in like a nest, or if it's like abandoned or something.
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
So you take a look around.
Maybe like move some snow or something and like.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of ice around, like more than you've seen in other places. You don't really see what looks like what you'd assume a traditional nest looks like per se, but then again, it strikes you that you don't really know what to look for.
Okay.
But it's alone. There are no
Uh-huh.
other eggs around, and you know, you don't see any tracks or anything else.
If I like put my ear to it, do I hear any like sounds?
No,
Like no like heartbeat
it's
or anything?
very, very cold.
Oh.
It is odd, though.
Why? Maybe it's abandoned. Should we like try and bring it back home?
Well,
Should have been nearby, right?
possibly. The thing that's odd about it to me is dragons make their lairs in, you know, sort of remote places. Generally, they keep their treasure there. It's weird that an egg would just be in the middle of nowhere like this. So you'd think it would
Does
be
seem weird.
protected in a dragon's lair with the dragon and its treasure.
I'm a little worried about, yeah, like what's going to happen if it hatches and it doesn't have a parent?
Yeah. I don't feel right abandoning it. Maybe it's my
Bonk, see how much it
motherly
weighs.
instincts coming out.
All right. Can I pick it up? I do have a racial bonus to lifting. Like I think Angelica has the same thing, powerful
Mhm.
body or whatever, powerful build.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So between us, we could trade off.
or if one of us can just carry it. But either
Yeah,
way.
Bonks, it's heavy. You can lift it. It's heavy. It's about 50 pounds.
Oh, okay, that's
I'd
not
say.
that bad then.
Yeah.
Would Zoph know anything about dragon life cycle? Like, are the dragons that hatch pretty much on their own from the beginning, or are they supposed to be raised by their parents?
That is an excellent question. Let me look something up real quick.
Because I see two possibilities here.
Mhm.
First possibility, this egg is supposed to be on its own, and we should leave it where it is. And if we take it away, the dragon will come and find us and be angry at us for taking its egg. Or the dragon has, you know, fallen away from the nest somehow, and if we pick it up and take it away from here, the dragon will come find us and be angry at us for taking its egg. And those are the two distinct possibilities I see. So I just want to have as much information as I can.
There's
Yeah.
a third. There's a third.
The dragon swoops down on us where we are and is mad at us for touching its egg.
Okay, there's four.
I was going
The
to say,
dragon the dragon got killed and it's on its own.
are dragons like dumb beasts?
No, they're usually quite. Well, it depends on the type.
Well, then
Why
why
don't
couldn't
you, sorry, Zoph,
Yep.
either a history or an arcana check.
Let's do Arcana. 15.
Okay, so I think what you know about dragons is that how they raise their young differs from color to color.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you're seeing this one out here in the middle of like this frozen wasteland by itself, You know that some types of dragons do kind of just lay their eggs and leave them, you know? Some dragons like to raise their young and some dragons like to lay them and leave them. So it's not really a weird thing to find it without its parents.
That makes
But what
sense.
if we could raise it and it would like love us and be helpful and beneficial? Think of all the things we could do with the trained dragon.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, we just have to assume that what's inside isn't going to want to kill us from the moment it hatches out.
Well,
Well, I guess it depends on
see,
who
that's
it
why I asked, because if it's a dumb beast, then yeah, that might be a thing to worry about. But if they're smart, like you said, then if the parent comes, we can explain what we were doing before it kills us. And if the baby is smart, then it'll understand that we were trying to help.
Some are smarter than others, and but a general trait that they all share is, sort of belief that they're the most important thing and the toughest thing. And I don't know, it just seems like a bad idea. Look, by no means take my word as law. I'm not a dragon, a true dragon, as it were. It's just, it seems like a bad idea.
Easter's
to me.
not so sure.
Yeah, Easter's like, this guy's a dragon
He's
racist.
a dragon, all right. He's got a tail like a dragon.
Hey, Easter, does he just not want competition?
Oh, maybe
I
he
think
thinks
that's
he's
it.
the best one.
Yeah.
It's not a he.
They,
Okay, though. Yeah.
they. Sorry.
Well, Bonks, I think we should take it.
I mean, we can. I'm okay doing that.
I want to take it too.
Okay, well, it seems like we have the majority wanting to take this along. Is that okay, Zoph?
Yeah, just be ready to drop it and run.
Sure.
Well, be ready to set it down gently and run.
Nope. If we have to, we drop it and we run. If setting it down is going to take extra time and energy, just drop it.
Okay.
I just have a sense of these things innately, and I just think it's going to be okay. So I really do. It's going to be okay.
All right. I just let it stand on the record that, I've talked about better ways to die than frigid woe, and dragon bite is not one of them. I would rather go by frigid woe than a dragon bite. So, but look, if you think it'll work out, it probably will. So I'm probably wrong here.
All right. Well, for now, we'll take it, and hopefully
Right.
not meet the mother on bad terms if we ever do.
And hey, with
Pretty
any
good
luck,
with
it'll
animals.
be, I don't know, maybe a silver one.
Crabs
Did you-
especially.
Did you see me with those crabs?
You pet one.
We had a bond, me and that crab,
Yeah.
like that.
Little pinchers.
It was kind of fun, wasn't it? Exciting and fun. Yeah, I love animals.
All right. So Bonks will take the egg.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
just
so you
Grab it
can add an ostrich-sized egg to your
I would
inventory.
love to add an ostrich-sized egg to my inventory. I've been waiting for this. I'm not saying I'm biased in wanting to take this with me, but if I was,
I'm not
that'd be
sorry,
why.
Ethan. I'm not sorry.
You should be.
I like that of all of us, Ethan is the only one mad about this.
Oh yes.
I feel like there's some
I'm-
metagame going on here about like,
I'm
are we really
also-
going to take an ostracized egg and refer to it constantly?
I'm also struggling with two sides of Zoph's character. There's the side of Zoph's character that is like an unfailing optimist and is like, yeah, this will probably work out okay for us in the end. But there's also the side of Zoph's character that's like, colored dragons are very evil.
Yeah.
And the Church of Tiamat has burned me in the past. So,
All right. So you take the egg and you keep moving.
Yep.
And you are able to continue on till nightfall without being assaulted or without any signs of any larger dragons coming after you. So that's a plus. Who's taking
A great
watch
start.
tonight?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
Sorry, I'm adding this to my inventory.
I want a night off.
Actually, Angelica, I think you should give Bonks the night off.
Okay.
I need to care for this egg.
He hasn't been doing so great at watches in the
That's
past.
true.
You know?
I've rolled poorly every time. I'm blaming the dice.
I think Bonks has this campaign's worst luck so far.
Well, the very first fight I dominated, and then after that everything's been bad.
And that very first fight was very like
It's like one shot that guy. Well,
because everybody was trying to get you to stop fighting.
self-defense. I was in a rage. I already put the glasses away. You know, the spectacles. There's no.
And I made a whole card for Selra, and she died
And
right
then you
away.
killed her immediately. Yeah, that's how it goes.
One sentence, no, 2 sentences.
All right, so sorry, who said they were going first?
Oh,
Easter.
Easter's going first. A perception check.
Yes, please.
Okay. Man, I'm not rolling great either. That's a 9.
All right. So, you know, you guys have what's probably a dragon egg with you right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you're sitting by the fire, and you keep looking over at it where it is next to Bonks, and you keep thinking you see it twitching, and it's freaking you out because you're the only one awake.
Yeah.
And if a dragon comes out of there tonight, you are in no way equipped to handle it by yourself. You are pretty much convinced. So you're kind of teetering on the edge of, did I imagine that? Did it actually twitch? Should I wake everyone up?
Mm-hmm.
So you're so consumed by that you don't notice
The other thing
anything
that's
else,
happening. Yeah.
anything else around you.
Okay.
But your watch passes uneventfully.
Zoph, you might want to keep an eye on that egg.
Oh, believe me, I was planning on it.
Don't kill it for no reason. But if a reason comes up, I'm just saying keep an eye on it.
Easter, I know we haven't known each other very long, but have you ever known me to kill anything without reason?
No, I guess that's more Bonks' territory.
Mm-hmm, indeed. I
It's
won't
not
kill
without
anything without reason, but look, if anything
Self-defense.
happens, I'll wake the rest of you up.
All right. Good luck. Easter tries to go to sleep.
And Zoph goes to take their watch by sitting on top of the egg.
All right, roll
Yep.
your perception check.
Well, it's a decent roll, but I don't think I have a high bonus. Let's see. 17 total.
All right. So you're sitting on this egg, and it's very cold. It's very cold to the touch. And you think you can feel maybe a little bit of some kind of very faint movement from inside. Definitely not enough to make it twitch, but very, very faint movement.
Maybe
so
enough to make Zoph twitch.
it's not really enough to distract you from your watch, and you're able to keep a good eye on the horizon. And you kind of found a nice spot up against the mountains for your campsite, so you know that your back is covered, and you feel very comfortable in that fact as you kind of look out, and there's no threat here. You're fine. Everything's
That's good.
smooth. Angelica, while you're sleeping that night, you dream of your home in the Savalier Wood. As your consciousness drifts through the cursed forest, its dull grayish purple hues strangely bring you comfort and warmth. You can see ahead of you 2 fearful men wearing large backpacks with bedrolls strapped to the outside, picking their way through the dense vegetation. You recognize one of them to be your father, Silman, and his business partner. The other is his business partner, Morin. Silman stops walking and stoops to investigate a soft brown mushroom growing at the base of a tree. He calls Morin over, and the two puzzle at the color for a moment. As Silman sets to work harvesting it, Morin straightens up and looks around. Curious, you follow his gaze, and you glimpse a patch of light greens and pinks standing out in stark contrast among the grays and purples. Morin slaps your father on his shoulder his face brightening. Would you look at that, Sylvan? Your father looks up, puzzled. He slides his freshly harvested mushroom into a pouch on his hip and straightens his spectacles, peering into the foliage. Let's go have a closer look, eh? The two men exchange excited looks and head directly toward their discovery, and you follow close behind. You emerge into a beautiful bubble of healthy growth, surrounded by trees blooming with pink blossoms and lush green vegetation covering the forest floor. Your father sighs happily. There should be plenty of good herbs to gather here. Yes, and look at this. Morin walks over to one of the young trees and knocks on its trunk, grinning. Healthy wood. When's the last time we found some nice sturdy building material? Think of the things we could make with it. I don't know, Morin. Something tells me we shouldn't be killing anything here. Let's just gather what we can and leave to grow and prosper. Oh, don't be such a spoil sport. We'll come back and plant a new tree once these start fruiting. We could plant 2 or 3 even. I guess you have a point. All right, let's get it done then. You look on in astonishment as Morin pulls an axe from his backpack. And for some reason, you feel dread like a cold stone in your stomach. You call out for them to stop, but you make no sound no matter how much you shout. In that moment, you hear a cool voice on the wind. Your instincts serve you well. These trees are not to be destroyed, for if they are, great tragedy and loss is to befall the wood. Your family may not be safe, and my children need a protector. Morin raises the axe and swings. The axe makes a loud, sickening thud against the bark of the tree, and you can almost hear a scream of pain. But then you're awake, gasping for breath, your heart pounding. You're back at the camp with your friends, and the cold winds of Islocross chill you to the bone.
Hey, Angelica, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm so upset. I just had a very, very, very strange, weird dream, and I think some of my family is in trouble.
Well, what was it about? Talk to me.
You know anything about a mushroom forest, herb forest that would have pink trees?
No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't.
Gosh.
Is that important?
Yes, I think they went there, and I don't know if it's real or if it's just a imaginary dream, but then a really kind of ethereal voice spoke to me and said I needed to protect it.
Well, tell me about the details. Who was there?
Well, my father and my future father-in-law, they're travelers, and they gather things for our tribe, either to consume or sell.
How did they look? Did they look like you remember? Did they look older, younger?
Yeah, they look just the same.
So if it is some kind of, vision and not just a weird dream, then it's current. There's that. So that means that there's action that could be taken to stop whatever the voice warned you about, right?
Yes.
Well, do you have any way of contacting your family?
No, maybe back in town. I can send word. We need to hurry.
Not all dreams are visions, but some are, so you can't discount it.
It seems so real.
I've had dreams like that.
I bet. Okay, well, I'm glad you're understanding, and thanks for listening. I'll take over the watch.
Let me know if there's anything I could do to help, but I'm pretty tired. Keep a watch on the egg. It was twitching a little bit.
I sure will. I'm gonna go over to the egg and keep it company and talk to it and just kind of rub the shell and kind of like, hey there, little buddy, or little buddy. It's okay if you want to come out. We're friendly. We won't hurt you. I'd really love to to name you.
Can you roll an animal handling check for me, please?
Sure. That is a 15 plus 4, 19.
Okay. So it's very cold to the touch, as your other friends have found out. But you sit there happily talking to it, and it's helping you kind of take your mind off of this weird, scary kind of dream that you had. And as you place your hand on it, you get the sense that something is on the other side touching where your hand is touching on the shell.
Aww.
It's not an awe moment. That's a creepy moment.
No, for me it's aw.
It's so creepy. It's so scary.
I'm not scared though.
Zoltan's nightmares at night.
Why don't you go ahead and roll your perception check for your wad?
For some reason, I'm not scared.
Don't forget you got guidance.
Okay.
This will come to bite us before all is
Oh
done.
yeah. Well, I don't think I'll really need it. I rolled a 12, so that's an 18.
All right. So yeah, you spend the rest of the evening sitting there and comforting yourself by talking to this egg and keeping an eye out for danger. And it's a very, very uneventful or eventful, depending on how you want to look at it. The rest of the evening, morning comes, and you all are still safe in your camp on now this 7th day of travel.
Think we'll reach Syrinlya today?
Probably. And yeah, before we do, I know the group of you agreed that if I thought of some way to proceed with following my memories, you'd be, you know, open to the possibility of coming with me a little further. I thought of another option besides Ball and Post, where the Dwendalian Empire mages are. In the last memory I recalled, I was in Saul's Vault, and I was with a companion, and we mentioned having come from Ball and Post, but it was clear that we were looking for something within the Aor crash site, and that it wasn't going to be found in Saul's Vault. So the only other thing that I can think of is if I'm going to continue following that little trail of memories, and I'm not going to go back to Ball and Post, which in some ways might be a regression, then probably the way to go is to go back out into the Aor crash site.
Where is that? Do you know?
Well, I think that Saul's Vault was part of it, but it's a pretty wide area. So,
Huh. Well, I
I know
thought we'd
across
never be going
the-
back there, but maybe
Across
there's
the
a good reason.
thin sheets again?
I don't know how. I think the area is pretty wide. I think there are areas that aren't encompassed by the thin sheets, maybe. And I know that Saul's Vault wasn't the way to go, so.
Well, when we get back to Syrinlya, they'll have some maps there. You can point us out where you're hoping to take us.
Yeah, that's a good
We-
idea.
We also need to go back to Palebank, right? And talk to Elro.
Eller and Hulil, don't forget.
Yeah,
We are owed something.
we are. So we got to finish up what we started first, and then we can talk about the next leg of our journey.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
we've got
I'm
this.
going to mention this because this is knowledge that you would have that you probably don't remember because it's been a few weeks, but Elro's directive to you was once you got the antidote to give it to the fire.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Or I know.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, Hulil is like really the only reason Easter can think of to go back to Palebank.
Okay, got it.
Well, Bonks wanted to talk to Elro, but depending on.
Oh yeah,
Well,
about the
finish-
glass blade stuff.
hmm
Yeah.
I
Well,
think you can talk to
whenever-
the captain of the ship about that
I
too.
thought I tried, and then they were telling me to talk to Elro.
That probably happens.
Yeah.
Either way, we're going to have to go back to the mainland eventually. And Palebank is a port on the mainland that is pretty close to Isocross. So even if we stay out here for a little while, we have to go back that way eventually.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have a letter of recommendation from Raylana.
Yes,
So
Raylana's
that's what
the
I had to
captain.
give
Yep.
to Elro.
Not to
Or
Elro,
to the
to the captain of the
city.
Glass Blades back in Utherdurn.
Yes. But I was going
Yes.
to talk to Elro about it first.
Yes, which
You
is
could
also fine.
also
That's right.
potentially send your letter of recommendation for Elro to read along with the vials when we transport them from the buyer.
That's possible. Yeah.
Anyways, just think it over. That's something I thought of. Instead of going to Ball and Post, there is another option.
I mean, we're already here, so going back there would be easier to do now than later.
I know it's not much to go on, since the crash site is quite wide, but who knows? I mean, fate has, shown upon us in a couple ways so far. So
Yeah, just look at this egg.
yeah, look at this egg.
Okay. Would you like me to carry it this morning, Bonks?
No, I can take care of it.
Okay. We kind of bonded a little bit.
Oh, well, I
last
mean,
night,
if
so.
by all means, if you'd like to. That's fine. You're welcome to carry it.
Have you thought of a name yet?
Not yet. I'm working on it. I have
Okay.
to see. Got to see that face.
That's true.
If you want to know what any words are in Draconic, just let me know.
Or me.
Okay. Okay. And I would like to talk to Easter about my dream too. So while we're traveling, I'll mention it to her and ask her if she knows of any place around like that.
Angelica, I don't know of any place. Not just like that. I just don't know anything about this land. You are asking the worst person probably in Exandria about this. But
Well, and in our
I do have a
group,
book, and
I
I
think
can
we're
look through the books.
all just
Anything like that.
not well traveled at all.
Oh, really?
No, because I never left my village before.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I know Palebank pretty well, but I'd never really left Palebank before now. Yeah.
Okay.
Zolf's decently traveled, but they don't know the Savalier Wood. They've never gone that way. So
Yeah, and I will say for your benefit, Angelica, your village is in the Savalier Woods, so that was very familiar to you, and you do know that there are sometimes patches of the wood that are healthy sometimes.
okay.
So it doesn't seem altogether strange as much as it seems like it was maybe lucky or unlucky, depending on what exactly happened after you woke up.
Okay.
But do you think the stuff you saw in your dream, do you think that happened recently, or was that something that happened a while ago? Or
No,
was it
they-
happening while you were seeing it?
That's what it felt like.
Hmm.
It felt like this person that was talking to me was showing me what's happening. I felt like I was there.
Huh. So it seems like I don't know. Angelica, I hate to say it, but it feels like we ought to check in on this fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel really bad for Zoph, but
Mhm.
their thing I think is going to keep, and I don't know if yours will.
Yeah. I'm very concerned,
Well,
but
I'll back you up if you want to, pitch that.
Well, I hate to influence everybody. Maybe it's something that I can do on my own and go home and check on them. And catch up with you guys later.
No. We'd come with you. I'd come with you.
Oh, thank you. It's very sweet. Maybe I can fly on my dragon.
Yeah. Can dragons fly?
Oh, but wouldn't that be cool?
All right. If there's nothing else to discuss at this moment, you continue your traveling, and about midday, you can start to see a very familiar sight in the distance. The rows of the fur-lined tents and yurts that make up Syrinlya. You've made it.
Yay!
Nice.
We did it.
Easter,
Mhm.
As you and your friends enter the outpost, finally, after 2 weeks, something dark green catches your eye, and you turn to see a familiar hooded figure obscured by the shadow of a large yurt. The traveler's mouth widens into a smile as your eyes find him, and he raises a single finger to beckon you toward him.
All right. Easter looks at Angelica and says, "Go." What I said, do it now.
Okay. I'm on it.
And walks over to the traveler.
Hello, my dear.
Hi there.
I've been waiting.
Well, a lot of people are waiting on our cargo, and I feel like you are one of the least in need.
That may be true.
But
Regardless, have you brought
do
what I
have it.
asked?
I do have it.
He holds out a hand.
Easter, all right. Easter pulls out the blue vial of frigid woe. Is he alone? Are we like kind of where no one can really see us?
Yes.
Okay. And is going to shake it onto him.
She's going to open it?
Yeah, and shake it onto the traveler.
Okay. As she
Both
goes to open it, she looks up and he's gone.
Easter shakes her head and says, "We're going to have to come and get it eventually."
Nothing.
I'll be waiting. And Easter closes it again.
All right. So you are all in Syrinlya. What will you like to do next?
Well, since Bonks has the tinderbox that we're taking, he would seek out the what was I saying? The buyer. So, I guess I'd be
Yeah,
the
you
first stop.
remember he's in the largest yurt in the encampment. Are you all good? Are you all going together?
Yeah, if everyone's
Yep.
available.
As soon as Angelica is back from running off to do Easter's errand.
Yeah, or we meet them there or whatever. But yeah, I think we'd all meet up there, go together.
I find
Okay.
a good spot.
Find a good spot. What do you mean?
Did I find a good spot? Would I have found it?
Oh, to bury them? Yeah, why don't you just roll an investigation check for me?
And that is a 3.
Great.
Yeah,
I
so
forgot to roll guidance too.
as you go out to to find a
Oh,
spot
no.
to bury these, was that a 3 total? Did you roll a 1 on the die?
No, I have 0 for investigation,
Oh,
and
I
I
see.
rolled
So
a
it was
3,
just a
and I
3.
forgot to
Okay.
roll guidance. So
That's important. So as you go out to find a spot to bury these, you start thinking, is anyone really going to find them? Like, look at all this snow. Maybe I need to bury them in a place that's kind of obvious so that at least I know where they are. And you take one step out of the line of yurt, and you look over for some kind of marker, and there's kind of like a makeshift kind of fence that goes around the outside. And so you go to like one of the biggest like fence posts near the entrance, and you bury them kind of shallowly in the ground next to the fence post. And you're like, there, now I'll be able to find them.
okay. Sorry, Easter.
This plan's going great.
You also discover that like you don't once you get to the entrance, right, and you're like, I don't really want to go back out there and get lost, so we're just gonna bury them right here and call it good. And you go back into the town to reunite with your friends.
Okay.
And once you're all together, you can go to the buyer's yurt, which is, like I said earlier, the largest yurt in the area. And as you enter, the buyer is there, as they were before, with the little fairy dragon on their lap, who the fairy dragon will hop down and run up to Zoph in particular when you walk
Hey,
in.
little guy.
Very excited to see you.
Oh,
And yeah, the buyer looks at you all and says, "Oh, you have made it back safely. I had no doubts in you, but it is still a relief to see your faces again."
Yep, and we brought what we were seeking, so we're ready to send it.
Excellent news. Excellent news. Shit, I just thought of something. I'm sorry. I need to backtrack just a little bit.
Okay.
As I was, anyway, Easter, when you said you dumped out you were trying to dump the powder onto the traveler.
The plan was to to
So I'm gonna need you to make a con save, actually.
Okay. Where's my character? Is she?
A retroactive con save. I'm sorry, I just thought of that.
It's not great. It's a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where? Oh, there it is.
Hopefully, we're not sending all of our antidote to the buyer.
We're not anymore.
Depends how fast symptoms manifest.
Yeah.
Because if we don't know Easter's sick,
I also need you to roll a 1d4.
Okay. Easter, I think, is going to realize when she sees blue dust on her that I screwed this up. It's a 4.
Okay. Give me just a second.
how many vials did we come back with? Because one's
Like,
buried outside
a
of
lot.
town. One needs to go to the
There's
traveler.
like 20 or something, right?
Yeah, I remember there being
Of antidote, we had a lot. Of
Yeah.
Okay.
frigid woe, I think we had 4.
I think those numbers sound correct.
Mhm.
Well, the a lot number is not really a number, but there's like 20. There's like a huge amount that you had to like
Yeah.
carry back.
Someone else put them on their sheet because they're not on mine.
Well, they're in your box, right? So box.
We put
Yeah.
the 3 actual vials of the disease in my
Oh,
tinderbox.
okay.
The
Okay.
antidote, I don't have it.
I think Easter had that, so I'll put that on her sheet.
Yeah, you open the chest, so that makes sense.
With the help of the Krabbies.
Sorry, I'm just making a note.
We almost got through the entire adventure without someone getting sick.
As far as Easter, what you would know is that you open the vial and you try to get the traveler. The traveler disappeared before you even raised your hand. And there's powder everywhere. And obviously, like, you inhaled it, but you feel fine. You don't feel any different.
Yeah. But I know that, like, Ergon also felt fine to begin with. So I'm not gonna take antidote right now, but I am gonna save 1 vial for myself.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Let's fast forward
That's all
back
right.
to the buyer's yurt and you saying you got what you came for. And
How many vials
the
were we
buyer-
supposed to send?
I don't know. There weren't that
They-
many sick people. Let's say 10.
Yeah.
10 seems good.
Is there a way that we can communicate with Elro right now? Or to Pelding?
There were
I
the
will
3.
say that 1 vial is 1 dose of the antidote. And you'd probably need a vial per person who's sick.
So
There were
like
at least
6.
5 sick, because there was Tolgi, her
Hulu,
sister, Julio, and then the 2 booksellers and their daughter.
2 daughters.
2 daughters.
There were 2 daughters, right? So
Yeah.
6.
So
6.
6. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's send 12. That'll be two doses per person, just in
That sounds
case.
good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mark off 12 vials. Now I have 8 left.
The buyer takes these vials from you and thanks you. And
Yeah, do we want to leave a note along with the vials just to communicate with Elro?
he says, "Oh, there's no need for that. I'm sorry." They say, "No, there is no need for that. Elro and I have come to an agreement, and he is expecting it." And they go over to the chest, open the chest, and put the vials in and close the chest. And then they go over to their desk where they have paperwork and like a chest, a smaller like jewelry box kind of chest. They open that chest and they pull a bag out and they bring the bag over to the group of you, and probably will hand it to Easter, since Easter is the one who gave them the antidotes, and say, "This is your payment, 200 gold as promised on behalf of Elro."
Yeah. All right. I'll split this with the rest of y'all later.
Also, if there are any other items that you have found during your travels that you wish to sell, I would be happy to buy anything from you. That is part of why I'm called the buyer, you know.
Don't think of it, Zoe. Don't even think of it.
Not mine to sell. I don't have anything I want to sell, but there is something I'm looking to buy. I don't know if you sell things as well. Yeah, I know you're the buyer and not the seller, but
Unfortunately, I do not have much to sell, but what is it you are looking to buy? I may be able to procure it for you.
I just need some gold dust.
Unfortunately, I do not have any of that with me at the moment.
All right, well, I can find somewhere to buy it later, or if you get any, that comes your way, if you could let me know.
Do you
Certainly.
do you want to buy a cool eye?
He reaches out they reach out their hand to take it from you. And they take a look at it to inspect it. And they say, "Oh, this is very interesting. An ersatz eye. I have heard tell of these, but I have not yet seen one in person."
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but the four of us have 8 eyes between us, so none of us can really use it.
Yes, certainly. If you are looking to sell it, I am happy to part with 50 gold pieces for it.
Sounds good.
Very well. And they go back to their desk and fish around and take another smaller bag and bring it to you. Here you are.
Nice job, Easter.
Is there anything else that I can do for you?
They saw a good deal when they.
Yeah.
Nope, I messed that one up. Never mind.
I saw where you were going with it, though.
They know a good deal when they saw it.
When they saw it.
Or he had his eye on the prize.
It is very impressive what you have done. I hope you realize that. It would be very easy for you to find your fortunes here, if you so chose.
Oh, hey, speaking of which, have you heard anything from Morgo and that party? They were leaving about when we were leaving.
Yes, it is strange. There has been no communication and no one has yet returned. I was beginning to be concerned about them. They should have, at least someone should have been back by now. Of course, that region is extremely dangerous.
That region also being part of the crash site?
No,
No? Okay.
no, they went to pause for dramatic effect while I look it up. The Mutalos region.
Yeah, don't call it the other thing.
No, man.
Yeah, Mutalos region.
At the edge of my seat right now.
The Mutalos region of Isocross, which is it's past the crash site, farther northwest. It is extremely dangerous, and I need names of NPCs. Shit. Okay. I will get this one day. Yes. Gulrim was a fool to travel out there. But some treasure-seeking adventurers cannot be stopped.
Just kind of look at the rest of the group.
Zombies are a pretty big deterrent for us.
Yes. Yes. If it is Saul's fault that you went to, I am not surprised to hear this. Eor has left many strange and dangerous relics in its wake.
Well, there's one fewer strange and weird relic around there now.
Also, it's Bonk's fault now.
It's true, it is.
I will spread the word.
Thank you.
I mean, assuming that's the way that property law works.
I am not certain there is property law in these parts, but
Well, there you go. It's Bonk's fault.
There we go.
as you wish.
It's the best part for me.
It's canon.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
You're
then,
welcome.
should
Alright,
we all
team.
go back to our little temporary yurt and talk about
Yeah, I think
what
so.
now?
Yeah.
Sounds really good. I'd love a hot meal.
Oh, hey, buyer, before we go, you seem like one who has, their share of magical ways.
Yes,
Do you have any way of sending a message magically across a long distance?
I do. Who is it you would wish to send a message to?
Angelica,
Yes.
would you
To Savalier Woods, would you be able to contact that far?
It would be difficult if it is someone that I have never met, I'm afraid. Or someone that I am not at least somewhat familiar with.
Well, you know me, and it's a relative, so would that work?
I'm afraid not.
I mean, I'm told I take after him a lot. Okay. Thanks anyway.
Well, it's worth a shot.
Thanks.
And
Elf.
I apologize that I cannot be more help, but if you would like to use this chest to send a letter back to Palebank, I'm sure someone there would be willing to forward the message on to your home for you, if that is acceptable.
That sounds like a great plan. I'll do that once we get back in the tent. Thank you.
You're most
You're-
welcome.
Yurt.
You're
Easter
most welcome.
gives the buyer's pet some goodbye scritches before she leaves.
Do the fairy dragon, who seems very excited and happy to get scritches. All right.
I think Angelica means you're welcome, by the way.
All right, so the buyer bids you farewell as you leave their tent, and
The
you
large
return
egg that you didn't ask
to-
about. They didn't ask about.
I assumed you left it outside, but did you want to show it to them?
Angelica, did you bring it in or not? You left it outside?
No, I probably covered it, left it outside.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right then.
very protective of it.
Yeah.
Probably left Dale to guard it.
All right, so you go back to who was it? Bertrand's old Yurt.
And Easter's going to dole out 60 gold to each of you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Yep, go ahead and add that to your character sheets.
50 from the fee and 10 from the eye.
So I've been thinking about some dragon names, everyone.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
let's hear it.
How about Zoph?
Well,
That seems a little derivative.
Just
Also
kidding.
confusing.
well, it depends on what comes out, but if it's cute, Kada, or Chance, since it was a happenstance that we came upon it,
Okay.
or Egan, if it's little. Tyson.
I don't want to cool your jets, but dragons are very intelligent. There's a chance that whatever comes out will know its own name and have a name for
Oh,
itself.
that's true. There you go.
Well,
Did you know that?
then
No, I'm not a dragon. I'm just dragon-like.
But
I still
Kata
don't
could-
totally understand this, but okay.
Kada
I
could
think
be a
you'll see
nickname.
whenever this thing hatches. It's true. We could. You should come up with some nicknames for it, perhaps. But
Sorry, what were we saying, Angelica?
Yeah, just a nickname then.
Chance is kind of cute.
Just too excited.
Chance and Scout.
How long do you think until it will hatch? Open.
It's
don't know.
the
I mean,
egg
if you
itself is
want to
very
make-
cold.
Nature and/or Arcana checks to try and figure out answer that question. You can.
Okay. Nature or Arcana?
I can help
We'll
somebody.
do nature, and I'll do a guidance with it. You're helping?
I can help.
Okay. So that's a 14, 15, 16, 18.
Oh, hey, I got 18 Arcana too.
Nice.
All right. So you're not 100% sure how long it'll take, but you can kind of guess by like just placing hands on the egg and kind of feeling the movement inside, which is it's not a lot of movement. It's very seldom and very subtle. It's probably a few weeks away at least.
Okay. We'd probably prefer to stay cold then. I probably should leave it
Well, it depends
at
what we
least
do.
farther away from the fire.
It's cold in Palebank too, right? So if we were going back that way, I mean,
Yeah.
It depends what we do from now.
we should probably talk about
Because
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we head to the Savalier Wood, it's not warm, but it's warmer than here. Or so I've been told. I've never been there. If we continue, venturing around up here, it's still cold, and the egg will probably like that. Maybe.
Wonder if it would hatch faster if it gets warmed up.
Maybe. It might depend on what type of dragon is in there.
Okay.
Some
Ice
dragons like
dragon.
heat more than others.
I'll say based on that nature check that you just rolled, Angelica, and the temperature of the egg itself, when you put your hands on it, you can guess that heat is probably not a good idea.
Okay. Okay.
Angelica, do you think that cold would help it hatch faster? If it were, subjected to strong blasts of cold?
Well, are you offering to help it hatch? This is
I could,
surprising.
perhaps. Well, it
Uh,
depends. I mean, so as it is, carrying this egg around kind of limits our options. We can't really go too far south because it's going to get warmer and that'd be bad for the egg, right? So if we're concerned about this egg, we don't really have any freedom of choice until it hatches.
Right.
Is my thinking.
Okay.
I agree with you, but I also am really concerned about what might be happening to Angelica's people right now.
Which is why I'm thinking maybe we try to hatch this and then we make our decision without having to factor in this seg. So everyone stand back.
Okay.
I've made up my mind. Zoph will set the egg in the center of the room and will take their staff and kind of sort of wave it over the egg. And as they do so, a sort of light blue colored, it looks like a pepper appears in the middle of the dodecahedron at the top of the staff, the wireframe dodecahedron, before disappearing in a burst of arcane magic that then washes back over Zoph as I cast Dragon Breath, attuned to cold. And for the next minute, as an action on each turn, I just blow cold onto this egg.
All right.
That is so sweet.
All right. Yeah. After the minute is up, if you want to make a nature and or arcana check.
We'll do the arcana. You gonna assist?
I can help.
Angelica?
Or Angelica
Yes,
can.
guidance too.
Okay, and Bonks is helping. Wow, I rolled lower on my second one. But with guidance, that is 8 plus 4 plus 6 for a total of 18.
All right. Yeah, the egg is perceptibly colder than it was before, which is not surprising. And you feel like maybe the movement is a little bit more than last time. So you feel like you might have accelerated the timeline a little bit.
Let's do it again.
But it's still a few weeks off.
I'm going to do it again.
All right.
Another casting of Dragon Breath.
Like,
Just blowing cold over this thing.
Okay.
Just for your reference, it's 3d6 of cold each turn. So it's pretty cold.
Yeah. So for the sake of brevity, how many
10.
times can you do this per day, and how? Twice?
Yep, so that's it.
All right. And all right. And I'll say that you have reduced the timeline by a week.
oh, great. So if you
Pretty
do that,
significant.
if we spent a couple days here, then that'd be that.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all need to recuperate a little before another journey and restock anyway.
And at least maybe,
So-
Angelica, you can send a letter by way of the buyer's chest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
Saying
Elro
that.
would be more than willing to forward that on. So at least that's something.
And are we all okay with this? You're going to come with me? I should tell him we're on the way.
Well, that's the thing. We need to talk about it.
Yeah.
I am more than willing to come along. Like I think Easter has said. What I'm working on is not urgent.
I know we told you we'd help you with that, so, and I don't want to go back on our word.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm working on is not urgent, but it does call to me in a way that I have trouble explaining. I can't step off the path for too long. That much I know in the depths of my heart. But I think if I feel strongly that if I didn't step off my path to help a friend, that I'd be betraying who I am and who I was. So.
What about you, Bonks?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely willing to go along and help either of you in your journeys. Whereabouts is Uthadern in relation to the woods?
Yeah, so let's see. The continent of, or the I guess I should say the paling, no, the graying wildlands, that's it.
The Graying Wildlands, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is set up so that basically the Crystal Sands Tundra and Paleblink Village are on kind of the northwest portion,
Mhm.
and there's a giant mountain range splitting that off from the portion to the east. Uthadurn is inside of that mountain range, and
Okay.
the Savalier Wood is to the south of both of them, and they kind of funnel in kind of like a triangle.
Yeah.
shape-ish.
So Uthadurn would kind of be like on the way south if we went detour
Or
to
on
get
the way
into the
back.
mountains.
Yeah, it would
On the way
be
back
it would
if
be
we-
a detour, but
Yeah.
you could definitely do it that way.
Yeah, I think so. Bonks would say, yeah, I would love to help both of you. I also, I guess, with the glass blades offer, might have a little business in Uthadurn, which is on the way there or back. And I wouldn't mind a little pit stop, and that would help me with my own journey as well.
Okay.
And besides, it's not as if in my past life I traveled a single path. So who's to say I won't remember something in one of these other places?
Oh, you're gonna love my folks, my tribe. You're gonna love it there.
I'm sure.
Do they make tea?
Oh yeah,
Okay, well, I already
all
love
sorts
it
of
then.
lovely things.
Do they like
and
dragons?
Well, we're gonna see about
We're
that,
gonna
won't we?
find out.
it does occur to me that, as long as I can breathe cold on it each day, maybe I can help mitigate the effects of moving south to a warmer area.
That's wonderful. Isn't it lucky you have that ability?
Sure is.
Well, it is, several days on this ship, though, right? So, if we're going back that way right now,
Yeah. I don't know if they would be too happy to have that egg hatch aboard their ship.
I mean, the captain is still ashore, isn't she? So we can ask her, see if what she prefers.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell her.
I mean, I don't think we can hide it.
Yeah.
It is a 3-foot tall egg.
It's an ostrich-sized egg. That's why I have it in my
Yes,
inventory.
but I can make myself smaller.
Can you make the egg smaller?
No, but what I'm saying is I can make myself smaller and then just put it on top, and then I'll be normal sized.
I'm not following. But Bonks isn't very smart, so he wouldn't follow anyways.
I have the ability to disguise self.
Is that a
Right, which would
disguised
be
egg
it would
spell?
be an illusion on yourself, so you wouldn't actually physically be smaller. You could appear smaller, but
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, worst case is we're missing what, like 2 days or something, or just like a small amount of days if they really don't want to bring
Yeah.
us aboard.
That's true.
So
And maybe it should still be plenty cold out on the open sea. So maybe I just don't keep it cold with my breath while we're on the ship.
yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then as soon as we land,
Then
then
we
I
can-
start
Yep.
cooling it again.
And if the captain takes a little bit extra motivation, it can come out of my gold.
Well, we also defended their ship from terrible sea beasts, so I think maybe they'll just be okay with us asking for a favor.
Okay.
I maintain that this egg is a bad idea, but I do think that getting it away from where it might potentially fall under the influence of its parents is probably the best way to proceed.
Or bad people, like that one crazy lady that attacked us,
Yeah.
right? What
Indeed.
if they raised the egg?
Well, she's dead.
Well,
I think odds
or
are it
someone
probably
like
would have
them.
rebelled and killed her, but you never know.
We'll have to ask the hatchling when it comes out.
Okay. This is all what I'm hearing from Zoph is all like deja vu, out of character to our personal experiences right now.
All right, so I
Uh,
guess we can
okay.
strike up a
Yeah.
conversation with the captain. Is that what I'm
Hey.
understanding?
sure.
Why don't
Did
you
you
go
wanna-
do that?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Angelica, can you lead me to that place where you buried the stuff? My plan was kind of a bust, so I just want to recover that stuff now.
Why don't you wait here? I'll run and get it real quick.
Sure.
Don't worry.
All right. So I guess Bonks will go, and I guess Zoph can come along if he wants to,
Sure.
because it looks like those two
They
are
want to.
indisposed. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're doing
they.
something.
Mhm.
So we'll go talk to the captain, Raylana.
Yep, Raylana, yep. All right, so we'll do that first while Angelica goes
Sure.
to recover the vials.
And
And
I'll bring the egg
Angelica,
with
Please
us.
let it still be there. Please let it still be there.
Angelica, in the meantime, while we're doing this, I'll have you roll some investigation check, please. In the meantime.
You just have to beat a
Don't
3.
worry, you're trying to beat a 3.
Oh, nat 20. Nat 20.
Why did you roll it the first time?
All right, we'll get back to you on that.
The suspense.
Let's switch to Bonks and Zoph.
Great.
So the Remoraz, the ship, is still
Oh God, I
docked
was like,
there.
run, run
It's
around.
it is still docked.
Great.
And you can see the crew members are still aboard. Where is my note? There it is. You can see Finia is on deck, kind of looking out at the ocean dreamily. And Zinro is waiting near the gangplank, just kind of keeping an eye on things. And he sees you approach and he's got this big friendly smile anyways. And he says, "You're back! You're back! Oh, I knew that you would survive.
Of course.
After seeing you take care of that giant beast on the way here, I never doubted you."
After fighting Nessie, what are a couple of zombies?
Wait, who's Nessie?
Oh, that's what we've decided to call the big sea monster that attacked us.
Oh, I see. That's excellent. Wonderful. I can't wait to hear all about your adventures. Where are your other companions? I thought there were 4 of you.
They had an
I
errand
mean-
to take care of.
Yeah.
But they're okay. You didn't
Oh, yeah.
like lose them
Yeah,
out in
they'll be-
the
they'll be
wilds of
over here.
Isocross.
Yeah.
One of them's sending a letter. The other one, I don't know what Easter was about, but she was doing something.
Yep.
Great, fantastic. Oh, the captain will be so pleased.
Is the captain
Where's the
around?
captain? Yeah.
Yeah, she's in her quarters, I think. Just go ahead and head on up if you want to talk to her.
So we'll all lead the way.
Bunks,
Yeah.
do you wanna just talk to the captain? I was gonna go talk to the what was she, the quartermaster?
Quartermaster.
Yeah.
Finia. Yeah. Yeah,
Finia.
that's fine. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
All right.
Let me know if you need me.
Sure.
I'll just be over here.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Go
I'll go
Bunks,
first.
go.
All right. So
I'll just knock on the door.
yes. Where's my note on the? There it is. Sorry, pulling up old notes about this set of NPCs.
To get
This
my
is fun.
best dice ready for this persuasion at -1.
Right. So you go and you knock on the door of
Yes.
the captain's quarters.
Yes.
And it's only a moment before Captain Raylana answers. And her face brightens when she sees you and she says, "Oh, there's a face I didn't think I'd be so happy to see. Come in."
Happily.
She invites you into her quarters.
Great. And I'm bringing the
There's-
egg with me.
She kind of eyes you curiously. I'm sure you've had quite the adventure. Most people here in Isocross do. Where are
Yes.
your companions?
Let's see. Zoph is talking to Finia, and Angelica's helping Easter with an errand, and she's also writing a letter. But they're all about, and they'll be here.
Great.
We're
All right.
almost ready to set off.
Excellent.
you
Back
are.
to Pale Bank Village then, I
Correct.
assume.
Yes.
Wonderful. The crew's been getting kind of antsy and tired of the
Yeah, we've been gone
harsh
for
weather.
2 weeks or so now.
Been
right?
about 2 weeks,
Yeah.
yes.
Sorry to keep you
Yes.
waiting.
Oh, no worries. We had quite a bit of fun here with the folks that stayed behind in Syrinlya. You know,
I'm glad to
they
keep
have
busy
some
then.
pretty strong moonshine out here.
I don't know, but I'm glad you were able to keep busy.
Do you want to try a glass?
Sure.
She like gets up and goes over to her like desk, and she takes 2 glasses and pours some moonshine.
Yeah.
Brings
I'll
a
try
glass
some.
to you. Yeah.
Sure.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. That's not great, but I am okay at these. It's a 13.
All right. Yeah, that's enough.
All right.
It's fiery.
Oh.
It's real strong, and it warms you up instantly, which
Wow.
you can tell this is why this is a popular choice up here. You feel really good and fuzzy, but you're definitely like
So I think
your
Bonks
brain
is
is
kinda
still your brain is still working the way it should work.
Wow,
as far as you know.
That's unique.
It's great.
I
It
can
hits the
see-
spot, doesn't it?
I can
Helps
see why you
fend
guys
off
have
the
fun.
cold. Yeah.
This all makes sense now. Well, if I have any more, this will make less sense, I'm sure.
What can I do for you, Bonks?
So a favor, as you've noticed, and I gesture towards the egg. We came across this on our travels, and we're hoping to bring it aboard.
What is it?
We believe it's a dragon egg.
She just starts laughing. A dragon egg.
Yeah, cheers to
You've
that.
got to be shitting me. She takes a drink.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what we believe.
Excellent. And you want to bring it back to the mainland?
Yes.
You are a bunch of crazy folk, aren't you?
Seems to be that way.
I'm glad
She
someone
kind of-
understands where I'm coming from.
She comes up and she kind of bends over to peer at it, and she looks really close. I've never seen one of these in person before.
Neither have
It's kind
I.
of amusing.
Yeah.
Do you mind? And she reaches out to touch it.
Yeah, just be gentle, I guess. Angelique will have a fit if you're not.
I'm not surprised. Interesting. Do you know how close it is to hatching?
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks. Well, then
We weren't going to make it hatch any sooner.
is that something you can do?
Something we were gonna try.
You are crazy. You are actually crazy.
Just a little.
Clink.
Clink. Yep.
Why don't you roll a persuasion check?
I had the dice selected just for this -1 check, ready to go.
Oh,
You
Bob.
can roll
It's a
an
19.
advantage.
It's a 19 though. Hang
Never
on. Wait, all
mind.
right, I'll roll with advantage. All right, I'll
Yeah,
take it when
you
I
can
can
roll
get
an
it.
advantage because she likes you.
It's a 15. All right, so that's
Okay.
a 18.
All
Those
right.
are both decent rolls, though.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my lucky one. So here we go.
She
All right.
kind of looks at it and takes another swig of her moonshine, and she says, "Oh, what the hell? Just put it below deck in the cargo hold, and don't tell any of the other crew members that it's down there, yeah?
Aye, aye, Captain.
That's not gonna happen.
And make sure one of you, keeps an eye on it.
I'm sure Angelica
Just in
will
case
do
it
that,
decides
even without
to,
asking.
come out a little bit early.
She seems very attached to this thing.
Crazy motherfuckers." Swig.
Yeah. Cling.
Cling.
How about crazy dragon mothers?
Well, thanks for your understanding, Captain. We won't make a mess with
Angelica, mother of dragons.
Yeah, we owe you a great debt. You saved the ship from that beast. Not only that, but if you're back, I assume that means you got the antidote that you went out
We
to
already
look
sent
for.
it. Correct.
So if this is something we can do for you, then I'm happy to oblige.
So far, unless they have some other thing, this is the only thing that I know about to ask for.
All right, let's just hope that it behaves
Let's do that.
during our journey. When were you thinking about setting sail?
I think we'll be ready within the next 24 hours, probably. I'm not sure what all errands people need to run, but I'm thinking we'll be ready to leave shortly.
Excellent. I will let the crew know, and we'll be ready to leave as soon as you are.
Great. Okay, yeah, I'll go check in with everyone and come back shortly.
That sounds like a good plan.
Then I'll
Thank you, Bonks.
finish up the rest and slam it down and thank you. Be back soon.
We'll be looking out for you.
All right. And then I'll go fetch Zoph, or at least check in with him.
All
Can
right.
Bonks do anything shortly?
I see what you did there. I'm not sure if that's an insult or a compliment.
All right. So Bonks went to talk. Not Bonks. Zoph went to talk to Phinia
Yeah.
on the deck, and she doesn't turn around as you approach. She's still kind of leaning on the railing, and she's got her hands folded under her chin, and she's looking out at the water.
I'll take a spot next to her. Kind of take the same posture. What are you looking at?
She's kind of humming to herself.
Well, we made it back alive.
Did I
Probably
lose audio?
No,
No.
you're here.
The only one who can't hear you.
I can
Oh.
hear you.
Oh, hold on. Oh,
Hello.
did my headphones? Hold on.
Hello.
I think my headphones might have
Man,
lost
Phinia
battery.
is ignoring me hardcore.
Yep. Hold on.
I know. I thought it was strange that you asked her a question and she just starts humming.
I didn't think that was weird at all. I thought that was just how Kay was playing.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was Phinia. And in fact, it may have been. Who knows?
Hey, Blitz.
Is that Blitz?
Yes,
Look at that
it is.
doggo.
Yeah, there he is.
Hey, doggo. So cute.
All right. Talk now.
We're just admiring Blitz.
That ringing was coming from me.
None of us heard
We didn't
ringing.
hear the ringing.
Okay. Then it wasn't. Okay. Never mind. I didn't realize it, but I guess my headphones ran out of battery.
Oh.
All right. I can hear you now. So.
Wait. Yeah, Zoph just kind of leaned up on the railing next to her and just said, "We made it back."
So you did. It's impressive. Many people die out there, you know.
So I've been told. And we might have to go back out there in the future.
That would be foolish.
Were you looking at anything in particular?
Oh, just the sky. I like to look at it.
I remember.
I like to predict the weather.
What does the weather look like in the near
Oh.
future?
I think there will be a storm. Maybe not for a couple days, but there will be another storm. There's always a storm.
There is always another storm. But a couple days of clear skies?
Perhaps.
That'd be nice. You remember I told you about the story of the wandering star?
Oh, yes. Very interesting story. Very beautiful.
Yeah, at some
And
point
sad.
it is a little sad, but at some point in the story, the star finds a place that it believes is home. It's still not sure of its purpose, but it finds a home and it's happy.
Well, then that's a happy ending, isn't it?
I don't think that was the end for the star. I think there was still a lot more that it had to experience, but it finds a place. And I think that's important.
Yes. Everyone should have a place that they can feel loved and comfortable.
I think so too.
Feel like themselves.
Is that place on the sea for you?
Oh, yes. I didn't know it at first. You know, my family, we used to live underground.
Underground?
There were many things I did not know about the surface. But when I discovered the sea, I knew this was a great place to be.
I don't think it's for me, but it's not bad.
It's not for everyone. It is very dangerous. The water can be very tricky. But the beautiful blue skies and the sea breeze, it's exhilarating.
And the comfort that there's always another storm.
Of course. You get it.
I think there's some comfort in that, because if you make it through one storm, even if you know there's always another one, you know you can make it through whichever one comes.
You are very wise.
I'm learning a lot of things. I wouldn't
And
say I'm
there's-
wise yet.
There is always much more to learn. And I think
I'd
that's
agree.
what makes you wise, knowing that.
We'll see, I guess. And then I guess I'll just kind of go back to quiet and stare at the waves and sky with Phinia.
And she hums to herself. She sings a song that she makes up about the story you told her.
I like that very much.
And then Bonks comes out to get you.
And Bonks
Yep.
comes over. We gotta get some of this moonshine before we leave, Zoph. It's good stuff.
I've never had moonshine.
Oh, and let's go. Let's get the others.
Okay,
Hi,
let's
Phinia.
go.
Bye, Phinia.
Hello. Goodbye.
Yeah, you gotta try some of this. You gotta try for the first time.
Oh, I have. It is wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, you too. And points at Zoph.
Sure, yeah, I'll try some. Let's go get the crew.
All right.
All right. So, Angelica.
Why are you
Uh,
laughing?
Because it's a natural 20 and it just makes me laugh. So you go out there and you find the vials, no problem. And you also find, I should have done this before.
Another
but-
egg. They're twinsies.
I'll give this one to Zoph.
No.
Where are my dice? There they are. Where's the other one? There it is.
One of the lost manuscripts by that famous author,
Uh,
Gloriana.
So, because this is such an obvious marker, you're able to find that the vials, which you dug a very, very shallow hole and it's very fresh, so you just pull them out, no problem. But underneath, a little bit farther, there is about the size of a coin, a tiny silver skull.
Okay. That's interesting. I bet Bonks would be very interested in that.
You can add that to your inventory.
Or somebody with some sweet magical goggles.
See, there it is. Bonks would employ the use of those sweet goggles.
And so do you bring those back to Easter?
Sure.
All right. And yeah, you bring the vials back to Easter.
Good, good.
Okay. I'm trying to add it, but I'm going to give it to her anyway, so I don't need to add it. Never mind. Okay. All right. Look at this. Look what I found. What's underneath?
Easter takes down the goggles and says, "Let me see that thing," and cast Identify on it.
All right. Let me look up Identify real quick.
Oh, I don't know if I had the material component for Identify.
I think
I
you
need-
can just
I don't think you need
cast
to.
it, right, with the goggles.
That's what the goggles
Maybe.
said.
Oh, it does say that I don't need a material component for
It
that.
doesn't say you do need it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
I assume since it's a magic item, it just lets you cast it.
Yeah, probably
Because it's
so.
not just a spell that you.
Okay, cool.
It's like not technically casting the Identify spell, but the goggles give you the ability to do this thing once a day that lets you
Gotcha.
basically have the equal effect of Identify. All right, so it is not a magical item. It is just a pure silver skull.
Well, it's not really pretty. I mean, it's a skull, but it's well made. It's a About all I can say for it, though.
Well, you never know. We might come across someone who has been looking for this and they want to make a matching salt and pepper shaker.
All right. In the meantime, I am going to go give this, and she holds the box to somebody who's been looking for it. So Easter's going to go a little ways out of Syrinlya and set the box on the ground and take a few paces back and say, all right, you coming?
All right, and you can hear from about 30 feet behind you. Are you ready to make a deal now, or are you still planning to misbehave?
You know, I talked to Feral Saul, the guy who made this stuff.
Oh,
And he said he planned to use it to get revenge, to get back at them. And I knew exactly how he felt.
why is it that you want to get revenge on me? Didn't I help you?
No, you used me.
I rescued you from the Feywild. Isn't that what you wanted?
One master to another. It's not what I wanted.
I'm not your master of Easter. If there is something else you wish to do and somewhere else you wish to go, that is your free will and your decision to choose.
I can do anything I want, but I'm not going to ever get home until I do what you want.
I have never promised you anything.
That's what I wanted with that stuff. And she motions out to the vials and said, I thought we could renegotiate a deal on my terms, one that would actually be favorable to me for once.
So, do you mean to tell me you don't enjoy it here?
I wanna
Easter,
go home.
dear. I see the friends that you've made. I see the discoveries that you've made. I've seen you smile more in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 2 months. You can't tell me that you're ready to give this up. And I
No.
have a little something for you that maybe might change your mind.
What is it?
And you turn to look at him, and he's not standing there.
Mhm.
But where you thought he was, there's a little, like, what looks like a smaller egg, dark in color, kind of blackish purple.
Easter walks over and picks it up and looks at it.
And as you pick it up, its shell cracks. And from the egg, a tiny little dragon climbs out. And it kind of walks around in your hand a little bit, and it looks up at you. And in your mind, you can see images of your own face,
Mhm.
and a feeling of a question and like food. And you can hear now the traveler's voice coming from where you had set the box. And he's
Turn around.
standing there with the box in his arm, and he says, I saw the way you looked at that little fairy dragon in the buyer's tent. I thought that you might like a little bit of a reward for the favor that you did for me. And I'm sure you have noticed the other rewards that I have been granting you. There is more where that came from if you want to continue helping me here. But if you wish to go home, I can certainly send you home too.
No, not yet. I told my friends, the people who actually care about me, people who aren't just using me to do whatever they want, I told them that I would help them. That's my free will. This other stuff is all some cockeyed deal I had with you.
It was just one favor, dear.
There'll be more.
It saddens me that you have such a low opinion of me. It really does. I have no intention of making you an enemy. No, in fact, I wanted only to help you and to watch you grow. You have such potential.
But there is something you want out in the what's it called? The woods?
The
Savalier
Savalier.
Woods?
Yeah, the
Woods?
Savalier Woods. But there is something you want me to do out in the Savalier Woods, isn't there? There just happens to be. So out with it. What is it?
The Savalier Wood. Why would I want you there?
I don't know why you wanted me here. It took you 2 weeks to get that up.
He just kind of smiles at you. Do you know what it is my followers have attributed to me? What my domain is?
No.
Trickery and joy, my dear. Trickery and joy. Trickery, I see you have in spades, but joy, you still are having trouble finding. The only thing that I wish of you, the only thing that I would ask is that you go out into the world and you find that joy. Find the joy in it. Embrace your friendships. Explore. Be unafraid. And also, if you wish to continue to cause a little mischief here and there, please do it. Things need to remain in balance. I am here to offer you my assistance. I am not here to govern you or to force you into doing things that you do not wish to do. My favor, this was only a good opportunity for me to take advantage of a path that you were already on. Your
All right.
choices have always been your choices, dear.
Yeah,
And I am here.
Strokes the dragon a little bit.
I'm here to provide assistance and guidance if you shall need it. I hope you enjoy the Savalier Wood, if that is where you're going. It is a spectacularly creepy place. And you look down to stroke the dragon.
Mhm.
And when you look up, he's gone.
All right, I'll go back to rejoin the rest of the group. Stroking the dragon as I go, and feeding it a little bit from the rations that I have.
This dragon is just very happy for food.
We won't follow.
And it's sending you feelings of affection and images of your own face and just the different things that you're passing by. A tree, a rock, the fence. It's very inquisitive and very curious, very affectionate towards you.
Do you have a name, little guy? Are you a guy?
Question?
I am going to call you Riot.
That's so perfect. All right. So is there anything else you all would like to do before you depart Syrinlya?
Nope.
Did Angelica want to send that letter?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you put in your letter?
So I'll just write briefly telling them of the vision that I had, concern, and wondering if they were back, and saying we would follow the letter as soon as we could.
And who
And
do you send it to?
Bringing friends. I'm going to send it to probably to my mother.
Okay. And for the sake of brevity, you can write that letter and bring it to the buyer, and the buyer is very happy to send that on with an additional note attached for Elro, directions for Elro on where to send it.
Okay.
And
Thank you very much.
probably an additional information that you are on your way back to Palebank Village. And you all can procure some moonshine from some of the other villagers if you so wish. You can mark off, oh gosh, where's my shopping note?
I'm ready to add my inventory.
Me too.
Let's see. Oh, here, this is where I have that information, I believe.
Is it a custom item or is it a?
I mean, You can basically just say that you got a gallon of ale, which is the equivalent, even though it's stronger, or however many gallons you want. We'll say you could trade whatever you wanted for it.
Oh, so they're basically just giving it to us.
They'll give it, yeah. I mean, you saved Pale Bank, so they'll just give you basically a tankard.
Oh,
Not a tankard, but like a keg or something of moonshine to bring on for your trip. A tankard is like a tankard. Like you want a whole keg.
All right. Well, it's like
I want at least a
keg
bottle.
of moonshine is what I'm gonna put in my.
Yeah, a keg of moonshine.
A cask.
Yeah, they'll give you as like thanks. You don't have to pay for it. They'll just give it to you.
So keg of moonshine or cask of moonshine?
Yeah, a cask of moonshine.
Okay.
And
what a great session.
Yeah, you can you can board the ship to head back to Pale Bank. Compared to your first journey, the 9 days go by very smoothly. There is a storm, but no monsters.
No Nessie.
No Nessie.
Nessie's
brother or sister. Yeah, exactly.
When you get back to Pale Bank Village, Elro is very happy to see you. He and the other villagers are just lavishing you with praise. And even Nizrin is begrudgingly thankful to you, Easter, for what you've done. Everyone who had been infected has been cured.
Great.
Tilgi admits that she was closer than she would have liked.
Hey, how am I doing?
Yeah, that's the other thing. 4 days into your journey back, Easter started to show symptoms, bulging blue veins and decreased movement speed.
All right, well, I'm going to take one of my antidotes.
Yep, so mark the antidote off and you're cured.
Great.
And everyone else, including Urban and his family, have been cured. And so they are very, very grateful to you. And you're basically lauded as heroes upon your return. Hulil gives you the payment that she agreed, which, let me look that up. That is...
I don't remember what it was either. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, I've got it. It's a gilded scroll case covered in a cosmological map of the multiverse, which is worth 15 gold. A jade statuette of a storm giant, which is worth 25 gold. A quiver containing 6+1 arrows. And a silver ring set with a jasper stone, which is 50 gold. She gives these things to you.
Was there anything in the scroll case, or is it just the case?
It's just the case.
Do you want me to write these things down, or is someone else writing them down?
I can send you this list later if you want.
You can do that. I don't mind being the banker.
But yeah, Zach, you can write them down, I think.
Sure, that's fine.
I mean, unless anyone else wanted to.
I'll just pop it in the chat real quick so that you can copy paste if you want.
Sounds great.
Yeah, and you guys can stay in Pale Bank for a few days and get provisions and prepare for your trip south to the Savalier Wood, or I guess east toward Uthadern first.
I think we go to south
to the Savalier Wood first.
Savalier Wood. I almost said Salvador.
It is the Savalier Wood, right? It's not just Savalier Wood.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
nice.
the Savalier Wood.
All right.
And that, my friends, concludes this first arc of our campaign in Exandria.
Dungeons and Dragons show.
of this arc of this campaign.
Yeah,
so job, great Kay. Job. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. It's very exciting to be able to dump some more unique customized lore on you guys tonight. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw, and we have a direction for the next adventure. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Next week we'll be back to our main campaign, but look for the continuation of this one sometime in the future. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.